Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about this little festival thing that's happening in the trailer Welcome to Haven Springs. Now, we've seen this in a few other trailers as well, but we do get a bit more information about it in this trailer. So what we learn about the festival is, at least from my understanding, it's that Steph and her friends who are into D&D, they're the ones that have set this thing up, but this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is canon, but this is just what I think is happening. What I think's happened was Steph and her friends helped set up this place to set up, I don't think set up, to build, you know, when you go to those medieval fairs and people dress up in costumes as knights and princesses and you roleplay. I've actually been to one of those when I was a kid. It was pretty fun. Nothing too fancy, but I had a good time. So I think that's what this is meant to be, because when it shows the festival, which you will see coming up, you can see that there are a few other people, and I noticed that in the corner, one of them is Alex, and she's talking to a few people in the crowd. So I thought that was interesting, given how antisocial Alex seems to be. So I'm gonna guess that this is later in the game. I think maybe I can't tell if this is before or after Gabe's death, but I'm gonna take a guess and say it might be before Gabe's death, or maybe just before, just judging on how happy Ryan and Steph look, because when you see the trailers after Gabe's death, like Ryan isn't sad. Like, I'm sure he's sad, but he's more angry. You see Steph in the trailers is more sad. Now, personally, I think that this thing here, when you go to it, I think this might be the place where you can choose to start a relationship with either Steph or Ryan. It's just because if you look through the trailer, with that scene with the flowers where you can give it to someone, either Ryan or Steph, it's all taking place at this little festival thing. So and it says you can give a flower to one of them, or maybe one of them will give it to you, depending on whether or not they like you more than you like them. As I mentioned before in a previous video where I said, what if they decide to say they like you and you reject them or not? Because I don't feel like games should force you into having a romance. You should have the option to choose whether or not you want to pursue it. So I do think what's going to happen is, I do think this is just a theory, as I keep saying. I do think that all of this, what we're seeing in this trailer, is before Gabe's death, and then if you choose to enter a romance, then after it, it's put on hold because of Gabe's death, and then as you're exploring, as you're investigating the who murdered Gabe, the romance begins to open up again. So I think that's what's going to happen, but this is just my opinion. I also think what will happen is maybe you get to play a few board games and that, because it's not just kids. You can see that there's that old guy who's got the gnome hat on. I forget his name. I think he's Ducky or something. It's been a while since I saw the character introduction trailer. But yeah, I do think there's going to be a few old people besides that guy joining in. I do think there's a kid that you saw in one of the trailers. He might be a part of it as well. So I think it'd be interesting if you're playing one of the Dungeons and Dragons board games, or whatever Steph's gonna call it. I think it'd be cool if you have like older and younger people just playing it. That'd be interesting to see, and see their play styles and whatnot. Don't know if it'd be interesting to you, but I thought it would be. And you make choices in that, so it's like you're playing a game within a game where your choices matter. And you know what I mean, just like, what's that thing called? Like a game within a game. I forget the term that's used now. So anyways, that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.